Here is a 1970 Teledyne Packard-Bell 25-inch color TV. It's a tube type unit and it has a 25V-inch screen with an etched glass faceplate. Here's a close-up of the Teledyne Packard-Bell logo. I have never seen any Packard-Bell units in person, so I was really happy to find this one. UHF and VHF tuning controls. Then there's AFC, power, and ICP. ICP stands for Instant Color Purity, and it's the degaussing system. The degaussing on this set is not automatic. You have to press the ICP button to degauss it. Let's open up the auxiliary control panel here. And this gain control is the chroma gain, the chroma level, volume, hue, vertical hold, brightness, and contrast. Now we'll take a look back inside the back. Here's the chassis. It's a true Packard-Bell design. It's not an RCA clone. And let's take a look at the block diagram, or the location diagram. It's got an instant on switch. Luckily the switch was in the off position when I got it, so everything didn't end up getting cooked by the instant on. It's got a transistorized IF and chroma demodulator stage. And it has a tube type video output, tube type chroma output, transistorized sound output, and it's got the standard 6JE6 horizontal output tube and 6BK4 HV rectifier. The tuner is actually operated by tubes too. Here's the CRT detail. Let me see if I can see it here. It's 1970, EIA code 274, which is RCA. .25V ABP 22. And here is the back cover. Made in Los Angeles, California by Teledyne Packard-Bell. I don't think Packard-Bell was a part of Teledyne for very long, maybe only a few years, and then it just went out of business. I'm not exactly sure what happened with Packard-Bell, because there was a Packard-Bell line of computers, but I don't think it has any relation to the original Packard-Bell company. Now let's turn on the Teledyne Packard-Bell.
That's what we need these days, is a wee slice. So I've got 3 cups of sifted cake flour here. I've got 1 tablespoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of salt, and so that's going to be our dry ingredients. Then we're going to start out with 2 sticks of butter, and we're just going to mix that together. It's going to be a little bit softened, and we're going to add our sugar, which is 2 cups of granulated sugar. And this is kind of some basics in cake.
I think it really needs purity adjustments.
Your butter and your sugar together. Even if you use
Let me adjust the shutter speed and see if I can get a better pickup of the picture. Okay, now we're getting a little bit better pickup of the picture.
Now, we're just going to let that continue to mix.
It's not all that great. I'm going to need to do some work on it, particularly with the purity. The purity is kind of messed up. Let me do the degausser, the ICP. We'll see if that does anything.
No, you really need to do cake flour.
No, the degausser is working, but
okay, if you want to go ahead and add a
it didn't correct the problem. I think it also needs purity adjustments.
1.5 cups of real
but it
milk.
certainly shows some promise.
As opposed to skim non-real milk. No, just kidding. But you like to use.
All right, let's go back and look at the chassis.
Let the truth be known.
Here's the Packard-Bell chassis in operation.
And you're wanting to mix this together alternately. Let it, we're going to probably scrape down the side. Go ahead and add the rest of the milk. And I turned it down so we wouldn't get a milk flour bath.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn it back up for just a second, and then I'm going to turn it off and scrape down the sides because you want to make sure you get all of the flour mixture in there. The milk has mixed in quite well, but thicker batter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put half of it in each of the bottom of the pan. So I'm dividing it between the two pans. And put just a little
And you
bit
like
more
to
in
eye this. You could weigh it, I guess.
You could weigh it. That's the more accurate way.
Right.
Put one more little